Welcome back everyone to Global War 1936, Operation Underworld. This time around we are doing turn 2 for the common turn. So let's get into the CCP first. Last turn we were able to influence a warlord, Hope and Beiping. And so we are going to try and influence, I think Suyan this time. Yeah, we're going to go for Suyan. So there are 3 provinces that we own, and all 3 of them border Suyan. So we will be able to have a default roll of 3 or less, but we're going to boost that by another. We can spend up to the amount that we can, the default roll. So to add an extra on top of that. So we're going to spend $3 to boost the roll up to a 6. So we have our influence roll here in place, where we will spend an extra $3 to boost it up to 6. The CCP is also, we had $6 to spend total, and we're going to spend the other 3 of it on an infantry. The Russians, they are going to spend $4. We had $8 to spend. We are going to spend 4 of it to purchase an artillery, a regular artillery. We are going to utilize international red aid and spend $2 to upgrade a CCP militia to an infantry. And then we are going to save $2 for next turn. Also can't forget our recruitment rolls for the CCP, Republican Spain, and for Mongolia. And then for the Russian tech, we're going to go for jet fighters and see if we can't advance that to stage number 2. All right, so for the CCP, there's no combat moves. So we are going to go straight into our influence roll and see if we can't hit that. So we need a 6 or less. And we got it with a 2. Oh yeah, that's fantastic. All right, so we take Suyan, and I will adjust that accordingly off camera. All right. Let's come over here and do some non-combat movement. Now, you know, on Germany's turn, they annexed Bohemia, and we have the rule where we are able to, as long as units don't participate in combat move, they can move in the non-combat phase. So we were able to move a light tank out of Bohemia into Western Germany, and so I think we're going to be able to do that for the CCP as well, since we were able to influence this warlord. And on the non-combat movement phase, we will move all of these units into Senshi. Except for the militia. The militia can't move, so I'll replace these sculpts with CCP sculpts off camera. And then all 3 of these guys, these infantry, one of them we are going to rail into Senshi, but the other 2 we will retreat 1 into Hope. And then our income does get boosted by 1, so let's go ahead and adjust that on the board. So that moves us up to 6, tied with the Americans and with the KMT. All right, so the only thing left to do for the CCP is to roll for our recruitment and see if we get anything there. All right, so we are up to 4 territories now, so we need a 4 or less. Oh, we almost hit a 1. Instead, we got a 6. So no luck there. So close to landing on a 1. It was trying to. All right, let's see. So the CCP will collect 6 IPP for next turn. Oh yeah, we've got to place down our infantry, and he will go into Senshi. And what we're going to do is take one of the chips from Hopei, put him into Senshi, and then place the sculpt into Hopei. So there's two infantry, 1 militia in Hopei, and then there are 4 infantry, a cav, 2 militia, and 2 mountain infantry in Senshi. All right. Okay, let's we've done our recruitment roll. Let's collect our IPP. It's going to be $6. All right, on to Russia. Let's start out with our technology roll. Well, we got another roll to do too. We've got our income increase roll, so we will do that and the technology roll. All right, income increase. Let's see what we get here. And a 3, so pretty mediocre. I'll take it. So that boosts the Russians up to a 7 for their income. Now for technology, we're going to go for jet fighters. And for that, we need a 8 or higher. And we miss with a 4. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and do our Mongolian recruitment roll as well while we're over here. That's at a 4 or less, and that's a 9, so that's a fail. All right, let's come over to Republican Spain. All right, so not much going on here. We are going to move a coastal submarine out into A44. I mean, he would be able to interdict any Italian Lend-Lease in either of these sea zones, rather. We don't want to get up here into A35 or A28 because it would be subject to a fighter on map, which could potentially sink our submarine. So we're going to kind of stay out of his range. But I think everything else we're just going to leave there in Madrid. No sense in spreading our forces out so they could pick us off. And I don't think we quite have enough to really be able to launch an attack into Basque Country yet. If he didn't have a fighter, or maybe if he had infantry instead of artillery. Well, no, infantry defend at a higher level than artillery. Yeah, if he didn't have the fighter, then we would consider an assault, but I don't know, I think we would suffer too many casualties. I don't think it's quite in our favor. Okay, let's go ahead and do our recruitment roll, which is at an 8 or less. And we hit on a 4. So we will take an infantry in Madrid. All right. So I believe that gives us 6 infantry in Madrid, a cavalry, and then a fighter and a medium bomber. Okay, let's come over to Russia now. We already missed on our tech roll. So let's move on to non-combat. No combat this round. Let's see here. We are going to we're going to rail a militia from Cheetah. Because the militia is in home country, we are allowed to move the militia. We're going to rail him all the way to Leningrad. 1 infantry in Western Russia will come over 1 into Northern Belarusia. An infantry in Smolensk will come up 1 in Northern Belarusia. 1 infantry, well, 2 infantry in Moscow will come up to Western Russia. This cavalry will come in Orel-Kursk, will come down 1, 2 into North Caucasia, along with these 2 infantry that are in Kamenskaya. They will come down into North Caucasia as well. A fighter in Kiev is going to move into Crimea. Motorized in Saratov will come over 2 into Orel-Kursk. Infantry in Western Kazakhstan will come over 1 into Kamenskaya. I think we have 1 more rail move left. Yes. So, actually, I think we're going to rail move this infantry in Amur. Oh, where do we want him? Let's bring him into southern Belarusia. These 2 infantry in Cheetah will come over 1 into Burarita. The motorized in Angora will come over 2 into eastern Kazakhstan. These 2 ships, Fleet Sub and Torpedo Boat Destroyer in P3 will come up 1 into P1. And the next turn we'll be able to move over into A9. Coastal Sub that's in M10 will come down into the Aegean Sea, M7. And then a destroyer and a heavy cruiser that's in M2 will go 1, 2, 3 into A28. And I think that's going to do it. All right, let's place some units. Which we only have 1. It's just an artillery, and then we do have our International Red Aid. So the International Red Aid will be transported by this transport in eastern Kazakhstan and delivered to Sinshi, leaving just actually I take that back. We can't deliver it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we don't have the range to deliver it to Hope. So yeah, it's got to be the militia here in Sinshi. So we remove 1 militia in Sinshi. And actually we can just put the chip under the infantry. All right. And our artillery is going to go into Leningrad. Okay. And the Russians will collect 7 IPP They saved 2, so they will have 9 for next turn. And that will do it for the common turn. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Next up will be Japan, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.